Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the championship division. My voice chat is suspended. That's no problem for me. I still have my voice. Yeah, it works. That's good. This time I am on my own. Tonight it has been a long time since I have been on my own. Last week was chaos, so if we do have the same chaotic race, I'm already sorry for maybe missing something. As with only one set of eyes, it's more difficult to focus on everything that is happening. We are still waiting for some guys, as they apparently said we had. What is it? We had 19 drivers. Good evening, Mr. Ivor. You're looking at the Ferrari, of course, of Cosmo. I'm not sure who the other Ferrari is. And there we got our Aston Martin driver in the chat, Mr. Becker. Let's have a look at his profile. Oh, that's not... I need to view the super license, of course. Ooh, both the bronze division. We're waiting for everyone to ready up. And hello, Mr. Kieran, our superstar in the McLaren. And Cosmo will not DNF tonight. Is that the bet of the evening, or does someone have a bigger bet? And we got all the drivers in chat almost, as Huss has also joined us. And Huss, I remember you having a win here whilst I was commentating, so good luck to you. Maybe you could repeat that tonight. We will have to see. As we're racing in the beautiful Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately, I won't be able to race tomorrow, as got some dinner with friends. But I do like Saudi Arabia as a track. I'm normally pretty good around there, but it's an enjoyable track, and I like testing the limits of it. Normally, I'm not a really big fan of a street track because I'm not that good at it, but this one seems to be fine. But yeah, need to take some time with friends as well. I will quickly get some form of paper here to write the standings, because I think our standings haven't been updated yet, according to Smith, our live standings, so I'll just have to do with the standings we have been given. Now, we do have a qualifying ban, if I'm correctly, for Mr. Becker. If I look at the championship stewards, Smith finishes P3. Stubby got a penalty, so he has finished P4. Then I have to look at the championship standings, and then we go to the drivers' championship. So we're going for 1 to 20. Then, of course, I can't. Right. In the meantime, we're still waiting for some drivers to join, but we can keep us busy in the meantime. This will give me some time to put down the results, so I don't have to switch every time. Oh, it's not updated, or for some reason. Oh, I was looking at the wrong season. That's not helping. Got some drivers ready up. We got Matty is finished P1, so he has 25 points. It's Nets in P4, so he got 20 points plus 2 penalty points as well. Smith finishes third, he got 17 points. We got Stubby in P4 with 15 points. We got Leaky, he got P5 with 13 points. We got Kieran with a very good P6. I need to keep an eye out on my screen up ahead. Kieran finished 6th with 11 points. It is Rodo in P7 with 9. Then we got Simo in P8 with 7. We got Becker in P9 with 5. Then Entity in P10 with 1. I'm not sure if that's correct. Maybe for the fastest lap then. And Haas in P11 with 1. And then we got Glader on 0. We got Cosmo on 0. We got Lar on 0. Booty on 0. Giraffe on 0. Rusty on 0. Still waiting for the results. Then we got Stockstarch. I haven't seen him racing in the Alfa Romeo. He's on 0. We got LS 24 hours. I've raced against him before, long time ago, 2 years ago. He is still 0. And we're waiting for Troy. He also has 0. I think we got some extra drivers in as we moved up to 15. In the meantime, I will have a look at the constructors then. That's also one to update you guys on. I like to keep a paper handwritten here. And it's Mercedes in P1. Already a big gap. 42 points. Ahead of Red Bull in P2. Of course, we got the new point system, which should make things closer actually, because the gap isn't too big. Alpine in 3rd with 22. Then we got the AlphaTauri, compared to real life, finally getting some points. They got 16. We got McLaren in P5 with 11. Then it's Aston Martin. They've got 5 in P6. Then Williams, my team, only 1 point so far, down in P7 as we're starting in 6 seconds. And then we got the Ferrari powered cars of Ferrari, Haas and Alfa, all on 0. So they would be hoping for some better results here. And there we go. We got the standings in just at the start, and that is a perfect job. Oh, I got a lot of reactions. No problem, Inorganic, for not being here. You do a lot of work on the comms. You did twice last week, so you deserve some time off, or at least one less. Let's go, Rusty. We see one Rusty comment, or 2 actually. Inorganic as well. And good evening, Colin, and good luck to the Williams team. Yeah, they need it. They need to make a jump in the championship. And then we got Ivor. Don't forget 1 for pole and 1 for fastest lap. That is true. No sprint. That will be next week. Then we got the sprint points in. I always love the sprints. I seem to do well in sprints. So I will be back. I hope it's still reverse championship order, because I think I only got 1 point from last week. But we will see. We got a good result with Williams yesterday with a P3 of Baker. Let's see what we can do tonight. So we got the championship leaders both in. We got Lar in the Ferrari. Same for Cosmo. So both Ferraris are here. We got both Williams drivers. It seems like we only got 1 Aston Martin. We do have both Alpines. But who was in the... I don't have Raika in my... Did he move down, or is he reserve? I will have to check the reserves. It's reverse championship, that's nice. Let's have a look at the reserves, because I'm a bit clueless on the driver still. Need to get used to all the changes. Championship attendance, there we go. No, Pui is a reserve. Is Lar, or is Raika? Why don't I have him in my championship standings then? Yeah, Leaky was... I think Leaky is not a reserve. But I'm not sure. Apart from that, everyone else is in. We got 2 Red Bulls in, we got 2 AlphaTauris in. Why is my sound so bloody loud? Lar is in the wrong car. Is that true? Because it says here he's in an Aston Martin. Now I'm not sure that. I think he was in an Aston Martin, right? Oh, right guy is a reserve. Okay, that's good to know. But is Law in the wrong car? Because I feel like he was an Aston Martin driver. I don't think he set the... yeah. He didn't pick the car before the start. That was what I was thinking. So yeah. He unfortunately is in the wrong car. So don't look at the car. Just look at him scoring points for the Aston Martin. And Bakker is on his outlap. But I think he will pull in again. And as he got a qualifying ban for taking out. I'm not sure who it was. But taking out one driver. Well, lap impeding is a big possibility around here, as you go so fast in almost blind corners. But we will have a look. What can Giraffe do in the first sector? It's a 32.2. Now we don't have any comparison yet, but it seems quick. They were talking about mid 126. Let's see what they can do in this first run. Ooh, close to the walls. Oh, and yeah, that was Bakker. I thought someone had crashed already. Bakker serving his qualifying ban. Well, it's an easy track to overtake, so... It's an easier street track to overtake. And you don't want to start in the middle when the chaos will unfold with 15 drivers tonight. We got Giraffe then. To the line. 127.5. He's the first one. Next up, Kieran. Kieran 29.1. A big gap already. Let's switch to the other Williams driver then of Entity. And he is 27.7. Behind we got Stubby, and he goes quickest, and he's had a strong showing so far already this season. Let's see, next up we got one of the Alpines, and oh, there's so much stuff going on. Matty, our championship leader so far, winner of race 1, moves up to P4. Beautiful helmet. And it is Raika then in P5, Kieran P6, and oh, Rodo's only 4,000ths of a second behind in P8 as Net goes to P5. Haas moves up to P4 when Smith jumps just ahead of his teammate then. So both Mercedes in P5 and P6. Both Alpha Tauris though in P1 and P4. They are 4th in the championship. And let's see, who is the next one to cross the line? It seems like a Red Bull, but he's on an outlap. Apart from that, it might be Rusty. Ah, Loris misses. No, well, at least he selected the beautiful car. Let's see, what can Rusty do? But currently, Stubby is quicker ahead of both Williams drivers. They are looking strong tonight. Almost Noah's Ark there for the top 6. Ooh, close to the wall for Rusty. It won't be pole position. It is P11 currently, the slowest timed lap so far. But we follow Simo, who is 2 tenths down on Giraffe in the first sector, from what we remember. Let's see if we can put some Verstappen type of lap in Saudi Arabia, but don't crash into the wall. And Bakker's flying on his outlap. Well, that doesn't help much now, does it? You need to be there, not crash out people. Did you get any penalty points? Surely you did. 2 points, I think. Or is it 4? Not sure. To the line, Simo then. He's currently 8 in P8 in the championship, and he jumps to P5. That's a good lap. 28.3 ahead of both Mercedes. So Mercedes is in a Red Bull sandwich then currently. Everyone else is in. Rusty is going in as well. Then we got Giraffe, the first one for a second lap. Ah, there we go. The support for Mr. Becker. What can he do from P15? Well, I hope it's at least surviving lap 1. Becker 5 points, more than me last race. But let's see, we'll take this extra point as well for qualifying. Giraffe is flying on his out lap. Don't want to use too much of your tires there. Simo is not going for another lap. Will you follow Giraffe then? He needs less than a tenth to go to pole. That's true, you can't lose any positions. That's good for your statistic of most or places gained on opening laps. We got some traffic. Yeah, he's using too much of his tires. That was what I was thinking as well. But to be fair, I feel like you can push a bit more on the tires this year. It's not like they move up to like 6 or 7% already on the first lap. Is he up? I can't see. No, he's slightly down on his time. Running close to the wall. Let's see what it is. What is his second split time? Wow, fairly close. Now we move up to split. No, split 2 is a bit further down. We will see now. Oh, he's up on his time, 1.5 tenths, gained 2 tenths of a second there in the final lap, and there we go. We got the slipstream going on again like we did last week, and which is a smart tactic. But this is also might be a fight for pole position with both teams, but we still see each other helping as they're both fighting for pole position tonight. But let's see how much Giraffe has gained. Can he get into the 126? No, it won't be 126, but it will be enough for pole position as he just jumps ahead of Stubby, and he will see that as well. Next to cross the line, the Alpines, but they haven't started their laps, I think. No, it's one of the Mercedes guys. And they are just starting his lap. The other Alpine of Rodo. Oh, Giraffe retired. Potentially crashed out there on his in lap. That's quite surprising. Rodo, can he improve from a 129 to a 128.4? Moves up to P8. Kieran invalidated, I know that, but Nat's on an update. She's going quicker, but she decides to move in to the pit lane. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe lost a lot of time in the final sector. Rusty is just starting his lap. We switch to the Mercedes guys, and Matty is going slower. He is just starting his lap. Then the next one will be Stubby, but he will be starting his lap. Then it's Huss. And good evening, Booty. Yeah, they won't be too happy with you at the Aston Martin team, Becker. And Huss improves, but not by position. Just behind Entity. As Entity improves, he does improve as well, but it's just behind Stubby. As one of the Mercs come round, it is Smith. Smith is coming around 3 tenths up, and he might jump up into the top 5. As Rijka jumps up into the top 5, 28.2, and Smith with a 27.9, just behind Haas there. Next one to cross the line might be Rodo, but he's not improving. Then we got a Ferrari, and that might be Cosmo, but he's on an out lap. We got Rusty then. Rusty isn't using any of his ERS, and I feel like he's not improving. Matty is though. Matty gone purple. He needs a second to jump to pole position. Can he get that second? This is a very close gap, to be fair. It's closer than last season and it's more enjoyable to watch. Nailing the final corner then. Good exit. The shortest line possible. Don't invalidate like Sargent did there. To the line. It's a 27.4 and he improves to P1. What a lap. Just ahead of Giraffe, and Giraffe can improve, so he won't get that pole position then. But we got 3 cars within the 127.4 and that is a big improvement. 1 second gain on that lap. That is crazy. Let's see who everyone else is going in. Is someone else on the lap? I'm not sure Smith is on the lap. It does seem like he's on the lap though. But he doesn't have much fuel left. Raika lost his wing, so he's definitely not improving then. Rusty isn't improving. We got Cosmo on the lap. Ah, Booty's still enjoying his holiday. Oh, Cosmo did a Verstappen in the final sector. And Richie won't be too happy with that. The beautiful Ferrari car. My old team. Now my new team. P2 and P... But we got 3 teams in the top 6, which means that both drivers are competitive. And good evening to everyone in chat. Bob Span, the winner from last night. Also Mercedes. So Mercedes is doing pretty well. Everywhere they go. Saw they were second in the Premier Division as well. Behind, of course, the great Williams team. We should be taking back Williams to glory. Although I'm missing 3 of the races at least this season. Always fun to race, to let the season go during holiday season, at least for us then. And we are waiting, as no one is on track yet. I want to hear some fun predictions for who will be on pole. Or some funny RPM stories. Yeah, Stubby will be the first one to set a final lap time there. He doesn't want to be involved in the chaos, but everyone else seems to be watching. So Rusty is right behind him. Then we got the other AlphaTauri, that is Haas. AlphaTauri going early. Haas with the number 8. Ooh, and that's down in P10. We saw her big talks with Entity before the race. An Entity saying the season starts tonight. But let's see. Everyone is going for their final laps. Apart from... Oh, what the hell happened to Stubby? Oh, he's waiting. So we will get Rusty then as the first one to set a lap time. Okay, we got some predictions. Smith on the podium, 3 safety cars. Well, it will be fun, but please, it will take a lot of time on my own. 3 DNFs, 8 tickets. So 3 DNFs but 3 safety cars. That's interesting. 8 tickets, please not again. Another band for Becker. Ooh. And Cosmo P5. Interesting. And Rusty is not up on his time. Then we will switch to Stubby. The one who is challenging for pole position. He is up on his time, so we will follow him then. 1 minute left in this session. The final minute has started. And we will take pole position here and get that extra point. Wow, close to the wall for Stubby. With the number 69. Ooh, he's up big time. Can Stubby take the second pole position for AlphaTauri in a row? This time himself. Last week it was Huss. Oh, it is close. To the line. Stubby the first one to cross the line. Oh, he improves, but it is not enough. Lost it all in the final sector. We got Lar coming across the line with his first time. He jumps to P7. And that is a good lap. But what can Huss do? Huss messed up. And Huss won't improve. He will start in P5 as his highest position. Kieran down in P12. Slightly up on his time in the middle sector. But that won't be enough for a position improvement. He is good in the race though normally. Got better race pace just like me. Rodo finished in P10. He didn't make it across. Kieran doesn't improve. We got Simo then. Simo is up on his time. Simo jumps to P7 there. And then we got one of the Williams. It is Entity. He's 4 tenths up. Entity to the line. Entity 27.1. Entity jumps to the pole position. But then we still got some drivers coming across the line. It is Nats goes P11. Then we got one of the Mercedes cars. And it is Matty. Matty jumps to the pole position again. 26.9. I need to keep up with this. Cosmo not taking it. Raika is not up on his time, so we'll follow Smith behind. Smith is up 3 tenths, but he needs a second. Smith jumps up to P5, and I feel like that's it for tonight. So Matty on the pole position, taking it away at the end there. Matty, Stubby, Raika. 1, 2, 3 in the race. Giraffe, Matty, Entity. So a lot of Williams drivers, but we got Matty on the pole position, so he takes another point. Our championship leader, and I need to update that. But he's having a great start, and he has been a champion before, so I need to quick that to 26. Mercedes moved to 43. And yeah, we got the Williams down in P2 and P3, but what would have been for a Giraffe if he didn't crash out on that after that second lap. But a good qualifying. The front row for Entity is Giraffe behind Stubby in P4. We got Smith in P5. And then we got the other AlphaTauri in P6 of Huss. So these 3 teams taking up the top 6. You could say the big 3. Then we got Simo in P7. We got Lar in P8. He is in Aston Martin. We got both Alpines in P9 and P10. Raika being a reserve, so I don't think he will score any points for Alpine. We got Nat in P11. We got Kieran in P12. Not the best qualifying for him. 2.1 off the pace. Cosmo in P13. Rusty in P14, and Mr. Becker didn't set a lap time. And let's see. What will happen afterwards. In the meantime, I need to quickly put down the new point system as well, just so I won't forget. Apart from that, I know everything. So, we will start the race then pretty soon. Of course, it's dry. It's Saudi Arabia. There's no rain there. Well, we have seen some rain before, but it's not likely to have. Yeah, for it to be raining in Saudi Arabia. I've got some water in this, but I don't think it's nice to drink. Don't know how long it's been there. Oh yeah, we got no formation lap, so I need to be alert. As the sun sets in the Netherlands, we are waiting for the sunset in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, I will show the tires. That's normally what I put on. But I first have to see the start. Oh, I moved my mic a bit too close there. 5 red lights and they are off. Quickly need to enable all these things. It is... Oh, Ferrari's into the wall, and I think that's Lar. And we already have a full yellow. Oh, severe collision. Simo Raika collision. Oh, we got some penalties going on, and I feel like we already have a... It's a virtual safety car, so that gives me time to put on the tires then. So 2 guys on the softs. Matty and Entity. And then a few guys on the hards. Everyone else is on mediums. A crazy start, and Lar already lost it before to Aston Martin down in P14 and 15. Let's see who had a good... Hazard didn't have a best of starts. Same for Giraffe. Raika jumped up some positions, but he did get a penalty. But yeah, we already have the first virtual safety car. And good stuff from Stubby on those mediums, beating one of the guys on the softs. Oh. What the hell is going on here? Again during a safety car in the championship. And I feel like it's almost ending, but that might just be me. They're driving quite quick for a virtual safety car, and there we go. We have started again, but that little Simo thing meant he does have a 3-second gap. As Nets goes down, oh, we got 3 wide, and Simo is dropping a lot of positions here. Now Cosmo trying to have a look if he could overtake as Simo moves into the pit lane. Maybe to serve those 5-second penalty. Maybe he did have damage. Cosmo stays behind Kieran. Ooh. A little moment for Mets there. Net. I was saying there's no respect on the track. Yeah, all these guys just drive like there's no rules. Kieran losing some positions to Rusty. Rusty giving it back, or he's braking very early. But Cosmo also overtook Kieran then. So Kieran is having a bit of trouble then. Oh, Cosmo almost hit the wall there. No DRS just yet. 25 laps available. 25 laps is what the race distance. And Matty sets the fastest lap. And will Matty take a Grand Slam then? this race. That could be possible, you know. But he will need to pit earlier than the hard, so I don't think that will happen. Ooh, and ahead, so I already lost the big gap back. But Raikkonen is still in it, but he does have that 5-second penalty. But we will see. Maybe he can serve that during, I don't know, a safety car. As the DRS has been activated, and I also noticed that Cosmo overtook Rodo. So Cosmo is on the move tonight. So maybe that top 5 prediction wasn't a bad shout at all. But Aston Martin, currently only on 5 points, won't score any points tonight. We do see first points for Alpha and Williams at the current lead, but Giraffe on the move. And so is Entity, both Williams drivers moving up a position. Yep. And just as I said, that Rusty has crashed and we got another virtual safety car. And he's backwards. Oh, and that is your rear wing, mate. And oh, it's not bumper cars. Why is he reversing so hardly? Well, not hardly. But he's reversing very hard and into the... I mean, surely he has... Oh, hey, what the hell happened there? Ooh, that was a bit of a weird thing crashing out. But yeah, we lost Rusty, so no points for Alfa Romeo then. Yeah, you can't report. I don't know, maybe he was very furious with someone. But yeah, you can't report it just yet. We have to wait to midnight. But yeah, both Williams moved up a position. And we got Matty and Entity now. And watch out for the drive-through penalties. Entity got some last week. But Bakker is back into the points. And the DRS is enabled again. And there we go. And Entity closed the gap beautifully down. He's within a second now of the lead. But so is Stubby to Entity. So this virtual safety car took almost a lap then. And let's see behind. Haas is putting pressure on Raika ahead. Oh, and we got Cosmo and Rodo fighting for P9. And that's a good overtake. And Bakker putting pressure on Kieran. Back to the front then, Stubby. Haas overtaking Raika, that's a weird place. I missed that. Maybe a mistake. But let's see, Stubby putting pressure on Entity. Entity's losing out to the car ahead. Here comes Stubby. And Stubby is passed. Or is Entity waiting for the DRS on the back straight? Well, they can help each other. Slingshot towards Matty in front. And Stubby is within the DRS now. Matty is pushing. The top 5 in one shot there. With 2 Mercedes, 2 Williams and an AlphaTauri. And Williams only 1 point so far, so they will be looking to make a jump. Currently they would collect 32 points. And that would might see them jump up to into the top 3. Depending on other points scored, we will have to look at the end of the race. And there could still be stewards. Oh, someone has crashed. It is Matty. And he's lost it. And another virtual safety car, but the leader crashed. I don't know if there was any contact. But again, the leader crashing out has been a common theme here. But we do have another virtual safety car. No full safety car yet. And no red flag. Which would be nice to see. But still only a virtual safety car, and Matty will lose a lot of time. He will need to go in, and that is a big blow for Mercedes and for his championship. DRS is on again. Oh, Riker, that's a bit of a weird line. But let's switch to the front then. Entity and Stubby. This will be a fight for the lead. And we are looking at a double Williams podium currently. Entity, will he wait behind? Yeah, playing the smart move here. Trying to get a move into turn 1. DRS is on. The ERS is on, and he has the straight line speed to go around the outside. Stubby up the inside though. He stays ahead on those mediums. But yeah, Matty is in. Matty will drop down a lot of positions then. The championship leader currently down in P12 and only collecting 1 point. To be fair, Nat now moved up to P7 though. Bigger movement, but our girl in P2. She isn't up there as well to take this chance. We're still not done yet, only 7 laps in. And Entity is dropping down now outside of the DRS zone. I don't think he got it this time. So he's using all of his ERS to stay close. Smith is putting pressure, but we switch to Cosmo then, as we got a big fight here with Becker as well. We got a McLaren, an Aston Martin, a Ferrari and an Alpine. 4 teams battling for P8. Cosmo on the attack. And Becker is moving up slowly, and here he comes. Can he get the double overtake? Oh, he's going around the outside. Oh, and he's lost his wing. And we might have jinxed him there, but he ran into the back, and I wouldn't have gone for the outside there. But I guess he will go in then. No, he's staying out. Then we got Rodo again, as also Cosmo overtook Rodo, of course. Rodo to the inside. Will he break in time? He will. Cosmo hanging on in there. Oh, bit of a mistake from Rodo there on the hards. Cosmo is passed again. Here's Becker on the outside. Oh, he's hit the wall again. Maybe got squeezed into the wall there. And now he's slowing down Rodo. And here comes Kieran around the outside. You don't have the grip there, but he does do it. Oh, and Becker side by side here. And Kieran moves up 2 positions in the first sector. Oh, and we need to switch to the front as well. Entity overtaking Stubby, but I think Stubby has lost his wing. No, that's just a glitch on the camera. Oh, there's a lot happening. I want to switch back to the Kieran Cosmo Rodo fight, but I can't. Stubby on the outside this time. Into the final corner. He was ahead at the DRS zone, so Entity will have the DRS, I think, and he does. Let's see. To the inside. And Entity moves up to the inside. This time, will he be ahead? He is ahead of Stubby, and he moves up to P1. Now I can have a quick look at the Kieran, Becker and all that stuff. Becker dropped down. I think he will be going in. Yeah, there he goes. Might switch to the hard there. But we got Kieran up the inside of Rodo. Late braking. And good late braking from Rodo as well on those hards. Kieran has the better traction on the outside. But he stays behind. Becker, Aston Martin currently down. Oh, Entity! Oh, what a save! But he's losing that position. This stuff's really starting to go off now. And now also Giraffe is back in the fight, so we got a 4-way fight for the lead. And Entity is also out of ERS. But let's see. Giraffe cautiously into the final corner, braking a bit earlier. As Nats is overtaking Raika there. And she moves up to P6, so she's moving up as well. But here comes Entity into turn 1. He's a bit too far behind, and watch out for your wing there. And let's see how the chaos unfolds ahead of us. And Cosmo moving up to P8, and he's within the 5 seconds, so... Wow, that's a bit too wide from Giraffe there. Oh, and same for Smith, he's gone off completely, and I think Giraffe did as well. And Haas is slowly closing in on this fight. Look at how much he's gaining. He's gained almost 2 seconds there in less than a lap. But he's still within DRS though, the Williams drivers. But this isn't over yet. We still got almost 5 cars fighting for the race win. When does Entity switch to those mediums? Well, you could say if you can survive the softs, you will surely go to the mediums. It seems like the soft can last very long. But I also know the undercut is very powerful. And that is exactly what he's going to do, letting his teammate go. So Giraffe can now chase after Stubby. Smith in P3 then. And Haas is in P4. But let's follow behind. And Cosmo is closing in quite quickly on Raika. But also a battle behind Simo and Becker. Fighting for the final point. Raika is in on those hearts. Quite an interesting strategy. We got Matty and Kieran fighting. And Matty making his way up to P9 again. And he's behind Rodo. A lot is happening on track. And Becker is back into the points. Matty, right behind who is it? Rodo. Almost losing his wing. And Matty might be frustrated, but he needs he needs these moments to get past without losing too much time. And he moves up to P8. Now Entity, after his pit stop, he is in traffic a bit. Ooh, behind Net, that will be fun. These two going at it. And also need to switch to Giraffe at the front. Oh, what a move from Entity around the outside there. I just got that, and he has the DRS. Stubby is in. So let's see where Stubby ends up. But Stubby surely needs to go to the hard. Same for Haas then. Because they can't go to the softs, I think. But we got a caution in sector 2, and that is Lar, the Aston Martin driver. And will it bring out a safety car? Question mark, he's still there. But Entity is behind Stubby then. And where does Haas end up? Haas is right next to Cosmo. Oh, he got put into the wall there. But Entity has a tire advantage again. Cosmo almost putting Haas into the wall. Oh, Matty time penalty for track limits. The first one tonight, as he's the only one currently with a penalty. But let's see, Smith is dropped down a lot from Giraffe now. But Matty is putting pressure on Haas. And Matty is getting past Haas, question mark. There he goes. Up to P7. No DRS needed. He puts it on after he got past. But we got a battle for maybe for the lead. As the first two might go in, but they might be waiting for a safety car and then switch to the softs. As Haas is following behind Matty then. Matty had a great recovery then, if he's ahead of Haas. Haas was quite close to the guys in front. To be fair, he lost a lot of time to Entity and Stubby ahead of them. But yeah, if he would have been ahead of Cosmo, it might have been a different story. Entity pushing behind Stubby. A bill for the damage to Ferrari. Yeah. No, Aston Martin isn't really fighting for points. And Haas will stay at 0. Alfa Romeo will stay at 0, but Ferrari is currently looking at some more points as Matty goes around the outside of Cosmo. Cosmo trying to hang in there as Haas is also right behind this. I'm surprised we only have had one DNF. But here comes Cosmo. Up the inside. Oh, contact! And Cosmo is... Oh, he saved it. I thought he was around. But Haas is letting Cosmo pass. I think he got an illegal overtake somehow. But yeah, that cost those two a lot of time. Matty, luckily, no damage. As Nats has gone in, she will probably go to the mediums then. But that means that Giraffe and Smith have gone longer on the mediums than she has gone on the hards. And yes, she does change to the mediums. She's dropping down. But Stubby and Entity are closing in rapidly on Smith. Just a few laps before this one, the gap was 12 seconds, is now down to 8.5 seconds. As Haas has overtaken Cosmo then. And Kieran has gone wide, trying to chase Rodo. But Nats is in she's in P10. The championship rival up in P5. But he's got a penalty, which means that a late safety car might cost him a lot of points. Also, Red Bull currently not scoring a lot of points. Giraffe is in, and let's see if Smith will go in. Smith stays out, but let's see where Giraffe will end up, and I think he might be going to the softs, so doing the opposite of what his teammate did. Yeah, and he's now down to P4, but he is at the end of the pit lane and he will stay in P4 and he can chase after those two guys. But currently it looks like, oh, as Haas is overtaking Matty. Matty is struggling on those mediums maybe compared to the fresher hards. And Bodo overtaking Cosmo as Cosmo and Kieran move into the pit lane. Rodo is the one, Rodo, Smith and Lar are the only ones who still go in, it seems like, for their stops. But yes, Smith was in that fight for the win, but it seems like he might be a pit stop behind Stubby pretty soon. Giraffe is 3 or 4 seconds behind, and Giraffe would be 9 seconds behind Entity then, I think, or Smith. But Entity is playing it safe, following the guys behind. Or the guys in front, I should say. But let's switch to this fight then. Cosmo and Kieran. As Smith is in. So our race leader is in. Promoting Stubby back to the race lead. Cosmo putting pressure on Raika. Oh, he's closing in. And let's see up. No, he's not going up the inside. I thought he would be going up the inside there. Ooh, bit of a depth moment in the race, you could say. Some bigger gaps, no overtaking. Just as I said that, Cosmo and Raika had done something as I switch away from them. But here comes Entity for the race lead. Yes, not overtaking Rodo. We switch back to Entity. And on lap 17, Entity is in the lead. And Giraffe takes the fastest lap point. As he's closing in the background as well. And this is looking good for the Williams team then. My team. Oh, Cosmo 3-second time penalty for track limits. Smith is quite far behind. He would want the safety car. But there in the background we got Giraffe. So Stubby fighting the two Williams guys. And I said that before, Williams only had 1 point before this, but they could be looking at 46 points if they get a 1-2 and the fastest lap. But still, it isn't over. And Stubby's really putting pressure on Entity. Both equal on ERS, but here comes Stubby around the outside. And he's passed again. 3 different tire strategies in the top 3, that's interesting. Entity waiting behind, not going for it, as Giraffe is slowly closing in. And he's seeing those cars fight. Oh, a mistake from Stubby. And Entity overtakes him. But here comes Giraffe. And can he make it a Williams 1-2 already? No, he's just staying behind. So a bit of a mistake there. Rodo is into the pit lane. Promoting backer up to P8. But here we go, 3-way fight for the lead. Only half a second in between all of them. Wow, step right behind him, but here comes Giraffe. And Giraffe has a run. Oh, he's almost pit maneuvered. Stubby into the wall, and Stubby overtaking him. Giraffe following him through. And now Entity has lost 2 positions in one straight. And suddenly he's third. Stubby ahead, but he's letting his teammates pass, which is strategic on the freshest softs. Around the outside goes Giraffe of Stubby, and Giraffe moves into the lead. Now I saw someone predict, I think this, I need to, someone said Giraffe, oh Matty, Giraffe Matty entity. Well, almost correct currently. The only one not correct is Stubby. Stubby has got some great pace on those hards. But let's see if Giraffe can create a big enough gap to cover the maybe potential downfall of those tires. Switch down to the rest of the grid for a second as Kieran is fighting with Raika for P10. Wow, into turn 1. And Kieran is passed on those better tires as well. But let's see. Biggest closest gap so far is this one. Oh, Cosmo again. 3-second time penalty. He's currently in 6th then. And Matty still has 3. As Entity is again pushing behind Stubby. These guys have been together for the whole race now. Oh, he's waiting behind. He's not going for it. Shorter line through here. Kieran is under pressure, that's true. You had a great result last night, Mr. Inorganic. And Kieran was laughing at your results last season, but now it seems like the tables have turned. Giraffe subs might last as Entity did 11 laps on them, and Giraffe will be on the same amount of laps at the end, but he needs to get a big gap though. Entity pushing to make it a 1-2 for the Williams team after their horrible results in Australia. Oh, he's waiting, Entity. Could also help his teammate. Into the wall, so he goes. Better exit for Entity. And here he goes. And it is a Williams 1-2. No, it isn't. Stubby still holding on in there. Now better exit for Entity. And now it is a Williams 1-2. Entity can do the defending to help Giraffe here. But he needs to keep an eye on his own tires as well. Behind, Matty pushing for P5, but he's on 14 lap old mediums. Can he take them to the end? He's struggling on the traction there, and he still has that 3-second time penalty. But it's a much cleaner race tonight. Oh, someone has lost it almost, and that is Stubby. And that is helping the Williams team. Giraffe now 3 seconds, and Entity has some breathing space. And it's looking good for the Williams team. And they could jump up to P2 potentially in the standings here. I will have to do the calculations at the end. As Raika, as in he will drop out of the points, but he was a reserve. Oh, Rodo taking a wide line. Same does Cosmo. Oh, backer. Thought he was into the wall there. Oh, someone has lost it. What was that? Kieran? Or Cosmo? No, Rodo has lost his wing. But it's only a yellow flag, nothing else. As we still have 4 laps to go, including this one. And let's see. Need to switch to Matty. Matty moves up to P5 then. And that is a good result from the championship leader. after that mistake in the beginning whilst he was leading. But it is a 1-2. Last season we had Mercedes, but we only had 6 cars finishing. This time we have 14 cars, but it is a different team. The Mercedes guys now down in P4 and 5 with the different names, of course, Smith and Matty. Rodo is in to switch that wing, and he will drop behind his teammate, but that's annoying because Raika won't well, he will score points as the reserve, but he won't score points for the Alpine team, so they might need to switch that around to give Rodo at least a point. And Laura unfortunately won't be getting any points, I feel like. But can Matty create that 3-second time penalty? So we enter lap 23 there. The caps are starting to form. Probably won't get a safety car anymore. But also having to talk about this guy in P8 and scoring some decent points. And that would be 7 points to the 5 points they already have. And they might jump ahead of... no. Still behind the McLaren then, currently. But they will be fighting. Stubby again in that P3 position. He got Lar ahead of him. But Mr. Jones won't be too happy with that. And Aston Martin down in P14. Oh, Kieran, 3-second time penalty. Stubby's closing in after that little mistake, but that might just give Williams enough time to create this gap. And it's lap 24, only 2 laps left in this race, which has been a crazy race. Oh, good race, a lot of fighting for the lead. A lot of different strategies as well. It's 1.3 now. Smith couldn't really close in though on those softs. Lost a lot of time by going out longer. Matty 17 laps on those tires. They will be done for, but Haas is not closing in. Giraffe, DNF last time out after 2 corners. He's now starting the final lap as the race leader and potentially looking at his first win, I think, in RPM. Maybe even his first podium. I don't know if Giraffe had a podium before. Rodo moved up to P12, so he will get the points for that. Stubby is closing in. Less than a second now as we enter the final lap. And Giraffe is dropping some time as well. This isn't over just yet. It isn't as straightforward as it seems. Ooh, and that's a bit close from Stubby there. And we will have a look at the final results then. Shortly after this one, as we enter the final lap, or we are in the final lap. and it's 1.1 the gap between both Williams drivers, with Giraffe being ahead. Now don't know how much they care if they finished ahead of each other, or this 1-2 feels good. I know they've been a long duo, a long working duo, but they are now entering the final sector. We are in the final sector and getting close to the final corner of this race, and the Giraffe is ahead, and he did the opposite strategy, going to the softs, and he is weaving across the track to the finish flag, and it is a Williams 1-2 in Saudi Arabia, and Stubby finishes the podium. But an amazing result from the Williams team, and I love to see that. It is a Williams 1-2. It is Stubby in P3, and Smith will take home the P4. And Matty, though, on those tires, he will drop down to P6, but he's Haas will finish P5. Matty finishes P6. Oh, and Rijka retired on the final lap. It is Nat in P7, and then we're waiting for Mr. Becker to take home 8 points. And I will quickly do the calculations for you to give you any bit of insight, as we might have a... Oh shit, that was my controller. Sorry for the swearing. Becker finishes P8. And we have to give applause to that one, as Cosmo finishes P9 in the Ferrari. First points for him and for Ferrari. And Kieran finishes in P10. Still points for McLaren. Simo will finish P11. And we got Rodo in P12. So I will do the points then. Matty, who has the fastest lap actually? I didn't see that. Oh, Giraffe also has the fastest lap. So Matty finished P6. He will go to... .37. Nat finished P7. She will go to 29. Smith finished P4. He will go to 32. Stubby finished P3. He will go to 32. Leaky wasn't there, so he will stay at 13. Kieran got P10. He will go to 14. Rodo finished P12. He go to 10. Simo finishes P11, he goes to 9. Becker finishes P8, he goes to 12. Entity gets 20 points, he goes to 21. Huss got 13 points, he goes to 14. Glader stays at 0. Cosmo finished P9 and he will take 5 points then. Lara still at 0, Booty still at 0, Giraffe is at 26. This is everyone 0. Alright, so Matty still in the lead then, as these are the final results. As I said before, we got Giraffe and Entity for the Williams 1-2, also fastest lap by a big margin. Smith in P4, Haas P5, Matty P6, Nat P7, Becker P8, Cosmo P9, Kieran P10, Simo P11, Rodo P12, Rijka P13, Laura 14, and Rusty with the DNF in 15. So, still in the lead. Now updated Matty with 37 points. Then we got a combined P2 of Smith and Stubby, both on 32. Then we got Nat in P4 with 29. Then Giraffe jumped up to P5 with 26. And afterwards I need to have a look in my standings. Entity is in P5 with 21. Then we got both Kieran and Huss on 14. We got Leaky on 13. We got Becker is on 12. Then the other points are Rodo on 10, Simo is on 9, and Cosmo is on 5. Points wise for Mercedes, they got 26 points extra. That makes them to 69. Red Bull got 11 points, that brings them to 38. Alpine got 1 point, that brings them to 23. AlphaTauri got 17. Sorry for the calculations, but I'm giving an update here. 17 plus 13 is plus 30. They moved to 46. McLaren got 3 points. They go to 14. Aston Martin got 7 points. They go to 12. Williams got 46 points. That moves them just 1 point ahead of AlphaTauri. and Ferrari got 5. That brings them up to 5. So the updated constructors is Mercedes still leading in 69. Then we got Williams jumped up to P2 from P7 with 47 in total. We got AlphaTauri in P3 moving up 1 position in 46. Then we got Red Bull dropping down 2 with a total of 38 points. Then we got the Alpine in P5 with 23 points. We got the McLaren in P6 with 14 points. We got the Aston Martin in P7 with 12. Ferrari in 8 with 5 points. And then Alfa Romeo and Haas both on 0. So that is the little update for tonight. I want to thank you all for joining me in the chat and for interacting with me. I had to do it alone again, so it was nice to have some interactions in chat. And yeah, thank you all for joining me tonight. Tomorrow will be the Premier Division, the big one, so make sure to watch that one as well. And hopefully Colin in the Williams can make it 2 out of 3 for the Williams team this round. Unfortunately, I can't race, but I will be back on comms next week before I go on the holiday break. So I will wish you all a good night, and hopefully you will all be back in chat next week. Bye bye.